What's up, folks? Happy Tuesday to you. We are live. Alive and alive. So I said last Friday, or maybe it was over the weekend, it's going to be a fucking crazy news cycle this week. And while Trump has proven me right, it was an easy bet, an easy guess, though, I have to say. So I have a little hard Mountain Dew. I have never tried them before an hour ago. It's a little bit nasty because it's zero sugar. I don't know if they make them with sugar in them or not. Or if they make it tastes like a fucking diet fucking whatever. They got a kick though. But they got some kick-ass fucking artwork on the cans, I have to say. I'm not much of a Mountain Dew. I mean, I have drank Mountain Dew. It's not my soda. I prefer 7-Up or something like that, but it's been so warm, and I thought I needed a break from the Black Russians. Let me say hi to chat. Hi, chat. Gloria and Nelson are here. What's up with you guys? Let's see if we can I wanted to play a clip of that Republican governor getting annihilated at the town hall.
At a town hall overnight for Republicans.
Let's see if I got it. Hey now. So this is Republican Mike Flood of Nebraska holding a town hall. Mike Flood just won his third term and by 20 points. So this was his town hall last night.
Republican Mike Flood of Nebraska, anger erupting over a range of Trump administration moves, including the president's economic agenda.
Why does it seem like when you make your voting decisions, they're based on capital rather than the working class?
With all due respect, sir, the Republican Party, now more than ever, represents the heart and soul of the working class.
Voters protesting the congressman's support.
They cut that because they booed his ass for quite some time on that one. and others.
Support for the president's massive tax cut and spending bill. A new AP poll this morning shows that Americans are concerned about the economy and rising prices. About half those polled consider the cost of groceries to be a major source of stress. And almost 20% of those people have used deferred payment services to fund groceries at some point. New tariffs on dozens of countries are set to lock in place this Thursday, potentially raising prices on a range of goods, including groceries like
Hang on, be right back. All right. Sorry about that. I'm not going through all those Wade ads. I'll find that clip, raw clip, in a second. I just want to skim through these a little bit. If and I can get my shit together. Be nice if you guys could actually see this. All right. Maybe that's as good as it gets. President Donald Trump's lawsuit against Rupert Murdoch has taken a further twist after the pair agreed that the media mogul would delay his deposition until after a dismissal ruling. In July, the president sued Murdoch over a Wall Street Journal report that said Trump sent a bawdy birthday letter to the convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein in 2003. Trump denied the claims before filing a lawsuit against various connected companies and individuals, including Murdoch and the outlet's parent company Dow Jones. Trump's legal team previously said Murdoch should be deposed as soon as possible, given his advanced age, adding that he had suffered recent significant health scares. However, it appears that Trump and Murdoch have agreed that the deposition can wait. If the case is not dismissed, it could be months until either 94-year-old Murdoch or Trump 79 are deposed. This is how it's going to be. You know what? Seriously, you guys, like, I feel like one day we're just going to wake up and we're going to hear the news. Trump died. And it's going to be a non-event. You know what I mean? Like, we're going to be like, wow, it's all, I mean, it's just going to be this huge, massive mess of bullshit left behind. But basically, it's going to be all over. So, like, that's what it's going to be like, though. It's just going to be an absolute mess of bullshit from Trump till the day he dies, till he croaks. It's. I mean, I don't give a fuck if he sues Murdoch or not. Murdoch gets everything he deserves, right? They both do. It's no wonder that those two are in litigation against each other. Absolutely no surprise at all. Yeah, am I right? Gloria says she hated the aftertaste of any diet drinks. I can't stand it either. I'm not a big soda person anyways. I have usually one glass of soda a day or something with dinner. Gloria says Trump on the roof was bizarre. Imagine Biden doing that. Yeah, I don't know what did some new clip come out that I haven't seen or something, Gloria, of Trump all fucked up on top of a roof or something? Yeah, it's just complete hypocrisy from on the right anyways nowadays, right? I mean, all this bullshit, they fucking subpoenaed however many people, Comey and Brennan or Garland. What a fucking joke that is. What do they think they're going to get out of Garland? Even though I'm not fucking happy with Garland anyways. They could have moved so much faster on this shit. So much faster. Jordan did a nice bit of delay tactic, stalling out the J6 committee getting started as long as he could, just by not wanting to participate or whatever. All right, sorry about that. Let me look that up a minute, Gloria. Is Trump on the roof, huh? Trump on the roof.
The news, but Fox News is claiming President Trump is declining in the polls. President Trump responded.
President Trump made a surprise appearance. On the roof of the White House today, reporters below were shouting questions, asking, what was he doing up there?
We'll show you. It's just another way to spend my money for the country.
The president appeared to be surveying the sites of some of his planned renovations.
Did he say it's just my plan to spend some of the country's money? What a kooky bastard.
We'll show you. It's just another way to spend my money for the country.
Oh my God, what the fuck does that mean? You guys can see it there on the closed caption. Well, I will show you. It's just another way to spend my money for the country. What the fuck is he talking about? What a fucking clown. Jesus Christ. Can somebody please get this guy a fucking red rubber ball for the end of his nose? For real.
The president appeared to be surveying the sites of some of his planned renovation projects. The president stepped out onto the roof of the West Wing, spending about 20 minutes walking with an architect and pointing to the grounds below.
Oh my God. Thanks, Gloria. I had no idea about that. That's funny shit. Jesus fucking Christ, you guys. Oh my God. At least, you know, he owes me. I mean, most days he just fucking, he makes my blood pressure go up. But that was fucking hilarious. What the fuck is he doing? And what the fuck is he talking about? Yeah, thanks, Gloria. I found it, sister. Or I found a small clip of it. Laura, what's up? Jay and Jim are in the house. Yeah, exactly. She says if he was really the chosen one, he could have levitated off the roof. Like, Jesus. Yeah, I know. Can you imagine? He was stoned. It's funny. Like, can you imagine Trump on his good days, like when he's happy and in a good mood? Like, turns into a creative bastard instead of just a revenge-filled, spiteful bastard, right? Like, can you imagine that? Like, hey, who do we got to talk to get me up on the roof so I can point out some shit? What the fuck, man? It's 2025, Mr. Trump. The office of the presidency of the United States is probably a pretty taxing job when taken seriously. I don't understand how there could ever be a need, how you going on the roof could ever possibly be a useful expenditure of time. Jesus Christ. That's funny shit, Gloria. Thanks. I needed that. What a fucking goofball. Seriously. They got to be able to, like, why can't they get him to fucking wear a red rubber ball on the end of his nose? Yeah, he drained the rose garden. Is that what he's doing? Is designing his swamp, the White House swamp? No, exactly. Gloria says he never answered what he was going to do up there. I don't think he know. I think he just is like wanting people to listen to his bright ideas about shit, like fucking real estate developer, whatever, golf course owner, business tycoon, rapist, landscaper, designer. That's some funny shit. Did Tide ever come over? I don't see him in chat. That motherfucker was a mess. King Tide is like our pet clown. Sorry, just still look at. I didn't have any plans on streaming tonight because after last night I looked up the sub shit and there's no information on or anything to be learned of with Trump sending subs over towards Russia, but and so I thought I would yap on that, though then they did this afternoon these new subpoenas, which I haven't seen all who was being subpoenaed, but I know Garland is for sure. In fact, they have a date for him of October 7th or something like that, October 3rd, early first week in October. So just a heads up, even though that's down the road, I'll obviously be bringing those hearings to you. Some of the Texas representatives, their congressional seats there in Democratic congressional seats there in Texas, did a presser with J.B. Pritzker today in Illinois. I did not watch it, but we watched the one yesterday. With Governor Hochul. Alyssa Slotkin urges fellow Democrats to go nuclear. Michigan Senator Alyssa Slotkin urges fellow Democrats to go nuclear in redistricting fight. We've seen this taking shape across the country real quick. Like, I think Governor Newsom is looking at redistricting, and they've already determined that they could easily gain 5 districts for the Dems. So if that's what, Governor Abbott's going to do over there in Texas, like Texas is the only big red state, Texas, Florida, maybe. I don't even know what the makeup there is in Florida of Dem and Republican seats, but held seats, I should say. Senator Alyssa Slotkin, a rising Democratic star. I had a big bitch about her the other day. She fucking missed a fucking vote to stop offensive weapons going to Israel so she could be on the Stephen Colbert show. It's not worthy to do a whole stream on, but I'm going to be as balanced as I can on this shit, while always wanting to be clear that there's just no other reason to vote anything but Democrat for a while. Okay, you should be seeing who your candidates are, and if you're in a state like I am where you can vote a split ticket, make the best informed choices, whatever you want to do. But her missing that vote was complete fucking bullshit. And I was gonna say, maybe it bothers me a little bit more because this Gaza thing, I followed the way the Palestinian people have been fucking beat on for the last 10 years or so. So not a super long time, right? I'm just saying this isn't new. And so I'm pretty disgusted she fucking missed that vote. Thankfully it didn't pass. Anyways, I do still love her, but it's bullshit. This is the kind of stuff that maybe this is going to be our thing here, is that we keep hammering down on Democrats not doing stupid shit. That we keep hammering down on Democrats avoiding avoidable mistakes. An avoidable mistake is missing a fucking vote to do a talk show. Maybe she thought that because it's such a huge platform, she's going to have an opportunity to speak to America, and more so than maybe just our state of Michigan. I get that. You can't possibly do more in the positive, no matter how many people ears you fill, in place of an actual vote that matters and counts and is effective. I think you guys get my point. I won't hammer down on that. So Slotkin says that she wants all Democrats to go nuclear to counter Republicans' push in Texas and other red states to redraw the congressional maps in their favor. The first-term senator, who was tapped to deliver the Democratic rebuttal to President Donald Trump's joint address to Congress this year, said Democrats have to fight fire with fire. I agree. I agree with her 100% on that. Now, please, Senator Slotkin, don't miss any more votes. You guys you're not in session very many fucking days a year. Please, don't miss any more votes. You work like 125 or 28 days a year. Please don't miss votes to talk to Stephen Colbert. As cool and funny as he is, and we all enjoy him, that's not what we elected you to do. We elected you to be in place on time to cast a vote for things like stopping weapons from going to Israel so they can kill more children and women who are just looking for something to eat. Please don't miss any more votes, Senator Slotkin. Darlene, what up? Jay says 191 GOP seats out of 218 are in politically gerrymandered districts. 75 Democrat seats out of 213 are politically gerrymandered. Who has bandwidth and who doesn't? It's fighting by the same rules. Exactly, Jay. And how obvious or evident it was a couple months ago when we kind of really started to get into this mode, if it was obvious or not, that I was hesitant to be willing to be dirty or just be as raw as we, even within the laws, of course, always, but to be as raw dogged as we can, just because that's what we're up against. I mean, does that take anything away from us in any way? And I've decided whether it does or it doesn't, I don't give a fuck. Just like Trump said, right or wrong, fortunately or unfortunately, this is how it has to be. Laura asked if I showed A-Bear's new one. I haven't, but I can pull it up real quick. All right. All right. Hopefully this don't autoplay. I'm gonna play Bear's new Shizzy Dizzy Kick-Ass Vidsy. And I'll be right back, all right? I got to do a BRB. I was sucking. I didn't plan on doing a stream, and I was sucking down fucking Mountain Dew cocktails. I hope this is the only night that I drink these, because it's not my thing. But I'm yappy, and it'll slow me down a little bit, so that's good. Here's a little story by A-Bear. Check it. Thanks, A-Bear. Good stuff, sister. Very dramatic. I got a doobie, you guys. Check that shit out. As you guys know, I don't smoke flower very often anymore, but oh my god, this stuff is fucking delicious. I don't even need to be smoking it. You know what I mean? But it tastes so gosh darn good. And it's putting me in a good vibe. You know what I mean, jelly beans? That's a nice find. Laura says she found a big fat fucking doobie while she was cleaning under the cushion. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with a flat joint as long as you can light it. Mine's getting kind of flat from me fucking squeezing it. All right. Enough fucking clowning around. Laura said she finally figured out how to use the vapes too. What, like one I got, Laura? Like a pen, you mean? These things are pretty cool. This shit, I don't know what to think. I trust Jay. Oh my god, this thing is hard. Holy fucking shit. No wonder I'm not smoking this. I'm not going to be able to talk for like 10 minutes now. Harold. I trust that Jay would tell us if this shit was not kosher. Like here in Michigan, we have pretty strict. I don't know how and I'm sure in Cali they are too. I don't know how it is in other states or Canada, but I mean, I've seen some fucking true crime story of these two brothers that were fucking loading vape carts themselves and making a bunch of money. But they started out loading good shit or real dope or whatever. Then they started watering it down or something, or just putting fucking oil in there, like straight up oil or some bullshit. I swear to God, you guys, there's no fucking way, unless I was totally fucking in control, could I make a gram of pot last me a day 20 years ago, right? 15 years ago. But now a gram of fucking dabs lasts me about 10 days. And one of those 1 gram vape carts will last me a week. In Vapo Veritas. Yeah, Jay says he tends to avoid the dabs on a daily use because it increases your resistance, but flower is 30% THC now anyway, so it's futile. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, and I could be wrong about this, Jay, but my guess is you smoke a little bit more than I do. I smoke every day for the most part. I have those days where I just am busy and I don't even think about it, and like I'm not feeling it, so I don't smoke. Like I'm not feeling like, hey, I need to get a rip. But yeah, I do only smoke dabs about fucking 99.9% of the time. I mean, not talking about one of those vape pens, literally dabs. I mean, I always have my nectar collector right here by me. Dave, do. Is Dave here? Didn't I see Dave pop in? All right, maybe not. What am I fucking seeing things? I must be. B's here. B, what up, sister? B says she just got back from walking the dogs. I hope they were your dogs. Oh, no. Darlene asked if my vapes are weed or flavored juice. No, they're weed. It's weed vapes. Why would I smoke flavored shit that doesn't fucking adjust my cognitive disposition? Jay says capitalists learn how to deceive even with lab documentation. They have been cracking down on false lab reports in California. Yeah, right on. Yeah, I'm not like... I don't even know. I think most of this shit is a hybrid. Most of the dabs that... I don't ever do the fucking pot shop, and Mrs. V is the one that goes to the dispenser. I don't even know if I've been in one. I don't think I have yet. I've been to them, but I don't ever fucking go in. For one, I think they only want one person in at a time or something per order or some shit. Places are fucking busy around here, man, and we have lots of them. No. Darlene asked if I smoke cigarettes. No. I have. It's been a little while. Yeah, so I think this is mostly, these are all like fucking indica, sativa hybrids or whatever, these dabs. I'd rather just have straight up sativa most of the time. Even though like I'm already wound up enough, I guess, but still I don't like fucking... I think that's when I don't smoke dope too much, is when I feel like that's all it's doing to me, is making me fucking stupid, where I just fucking get tatered out. Huh? Yeah.
Got a granddaughter.
From Tia?
Granddaughter.
From Tia? I thought she wasn't due this soon.
I thought she was due in September. Or I don't know when I thought she was due, but yeah, it's a girl.
Mrs. V just came up and told me I have we have our third granddaughter. All right, I can't. I was gonna say, give me your phone and I'll show her on the stream, but I can't do that, or Tia would be pissed if she ever found out. Why did Chewy keep? Didn't Chewy tell us that she was having a boy? Oh. I wonder if they knew. Did Tia post that? All right, on Facebook or some shit. Oh, okay. All right, then I'll get over there. Yeah, for some reason I thought that we were going to have, because this is my oldest, her and her husband have given us the only grandchildren we have now three girls. That's fucking great. Yeah. Oh my God, I hope you guys, if you only knew my daughter, she's incredible, but like being the oldest, I mean, and she is just like, she is type A personality for the most part. She is creative soul, but she is pretty much a type A personality. Like, she was like the third parent with her brothers and sister, right? Like, she just did not put up with no bullshit. We didn't have to raise Tia that way. She just automatically did not put up with no bullshit from her brothers and sisters. So anyways, her having 3 kids, within 5 years now. Yeah. 6 years. The oldest granddaughter isn't 6 yet, but it's been over 5. I think November she will be. Yes. God, they're all like, their dad and the 2 oldest granddaughters are all within the last few days of October, first few days of November. I can't remember their birthdays. I can't remember mine. Yeah, thanks, you guys. Yeah, that's fucking awesome. I was surprised. Mrs. V, you know how rare her appearances are. I thought I heard her holler at me, and then she came in. I'm like, uh-oh, what's the bad news now? That's good stuff. Now I have to write her. She'll probably be out of the house. I won't be going up. I think we only went up to see their first one when she was born. I tell you what, I don't forget Tia being born, my oldest being born. I was a young man. I was barely 20. It was like, she was the last person that I mean, and it's not like I'm in a bunch of delivery rooms. But, well, I've been in a few, but it was more like a fucking surgery, like an operating room still back then, right? This was 91 that she was born, but at the hospital where they had the old birthing unit, it was still pretty cold and sterile feel. Yeah, I know. How crazy. 3 granddaughters now. Sheesh. I don't care. I love my girls, you know. You guys know I have an oldest and a youngest, and those 3 boys in between. My girls are like, I'm not the most like man's man anyways. Like, I'm not a big sportsman type person, you know. But I don't know if that has anything to do with any of it, but I just am not someone, I'm not the kind of father that ever thought a woman or girls have their place. You know what I mean? Yeah, they're tough as nails, and I can only imagine. Sheesh. And their dad is awesome too. He's such a mellow guy. Ridiculously mellow. Funny. Oh yeah, Darlene, think about, I already have 60% grandkids to kids, so like I had 5 kids and I already have 3 grandkids, and that's just from one. So if that's the average, I'm going to end up with 15 grandkids at least. The oldest Gemmer's being, see, I apologize. Here I am just doing the let me tell you about my kids and grandkids thing, but people are probably like, what the fuck is TV talking about? Kids? I could be a great grandpa in, I don't know, 15 years or so. I hope not that. I mean, I don't know, whatever. Whatever works for people. Aaron, what's up, brother? Cheers to you. B says both her kids were in special care after they were born. The whole family was there. Were they preemies, B? Mrs. V was a preemie, but all of our kids were, Mrs. V was very premature. 6 weeks, 7 weeks, something like that. Quite a bit. Our kids were all healthy oxes. When they were born, Christina lost half her weight after giving birth. Yeah, Laura says, yeah, I know plenty of folks that don't have kids. Laura, folks like me had them for you, right? we had enough to cover you, sister. That's how I look at it. Like, you can't, I think I've talked about it before on streams. Like, it seems pretty obvious that nobody would ever choose to have not had, I hope not, for God's sake. You know, I could never say, oh, I wish I wouldn't have had 5 kids. It wasn't very practical, I guess is what I'm saying. But, you know, and besides, how would I pick which one I give back? Or can it be more than one? I mean, they're all grown and gone now, but there's still days that if I could maybe give them back. Yeah, we only expected, well, we only intended to have like one of them. Just being completely honest. One was planned. I think we only had, yeah, only one was planned. The other ones are like, yeah, take it as it goes. The very last one was planned. I know, that's the crazy part, right? Holy shit, Gloria said she gave birth during Hurricane Hugo and lost all power in the hospital. Sheesh. Yeah, that was something else. Like, watching some of those stories on Gaza, man, it's like, how are those people... I don't know how they're not fucking crumbling emotionally every second. I don't know how you could possibly put up with a week. I mean, I guess it's all survival. It's like you're just in survival mode, right? Your subconscious takes over and your brain just starts blocking out shit because otherwise you won't survive. It's fucking crazy. B says her son just turned 40. I'm glad I always have you guys around to make me, some of you around to make me realize that I'm not old yet. Are we close enough for me to start cracking on you being a couple years older than me? What year is it? 25? Yeah, so our oldest, who has the new child, she is 34. I had to look and see what year it was. I'm not kidding. I'm like, what math am I doing here? I didn't even read that part of Gloria's comment, but I have to now. Gloria I did mention, she said she gave birth during Hurricane Hugo. The hospital was in chaos, no phones, no cleaning people, 5 new moms to a room. And Aaron says, Gloria, bless you for mentioning the cleaning staff. Oh, my God. I think these Mountain Dews have something in them besides alcohol, I swear. Maybe that joint's really... Maybe I need to get some more of that flour. That's some good stuff, I guess. B says 62 doesn't feel old. Yeah. I don't know if I worry about it, B, but like the other day I was about my music. I'm like, I just wonder if there's ever an age for art where you could possibly lose. I don't want to say like being in touch with society, because you should never fucking write to try and do anything but please yourself, or just make this music that sounds good to you, or the paintings that look good to you, or whatever. But yeah, I really like the totally slowing down part. I'm serious. I mean, not my body slowing down, but life slowing down. Seriously. Like, I've been enjoying the hell out of it. I mean, it was... I don't know if it was a shock to the system not having any dependents in the house anymore, but... because it kind of happened gradually, right? We lost one, and then another a couple years later, then another a couple years later. Kind of how they came in. Yeah, I agree, Jay. I need to stop being so hard on myself and let it flow. I mean, I need to be more disciplined in some senses, in some ways, but also not be so critical on the creative aspect of it. Well, we usually are anyways, I think. That makes me think Jay says you have that said you have to be your own worst critic. Yeah, that's what I mean by discipline. Like I could do a way better job of some self-discipline, just exercises, right? Playing riffs over and over, slowing down, maybe trying to learn a little bit more about my recording software, whatever, taking the time to get into the shit that's so mundane or technical or boring but requires attention. Yeah, that's where I need to be more critical. Jay, that's why it's always funny. I bring it up once in a while when you see interviews with, and it's not like every fucking musician interview they get asked this question, but like, do you listen to your own music? And it's like, I fucking listen to my own. I can't stand when they say, no, that's weird, or I don't watch our own shows, and I can see not watching, like, I don't watch my streams. I would, but more now before than I do now. Like I had a time where when I would do a 3 or 4 hour stream, I would go back and watch the first half hour and the last half hour of it, right? And usually I'll check the audio, but I usually do that while we're still live. Like I'll just go back on YouTube and quick. So I don't watch my shit. But absolutely, I listen to my own music all the fucking time. Whenever I'm in the mood to listen to music, I always listen to at least a few of my songs. I always thought that was strange that musicians would say they don't listen. It's like, that's really weird. I mean, don't you enjoy the music that you write? Like, to me, do I write as good as write as good a music that I love, like from Zeppelin or you guys name the band? Of course not, but is that my goal, to write the music that I enjoy as much as that or more? Absolutely. Fucking A. Yeah, exactly. CJ says I listen to every note with massive scrutiny. Yeah, that's what I mean by sometimes maybe I have to not be so hard on myself. Creative wise, like always, like does this work? Could I find a way? Could it be better? Well, I guess it can always be better, or maybe not. Maybe it can just always be different. Yeah. Now me and Jay are going to be jinxing each other. Exactly. We get it. God, that almost tastes. Man, that diety taste almost tastes like tequila or something. I don't even know what's in it. I assume they were just malt liquor. Maybe not. A lot of that shit changed. Maybe it actually has. I don't know what's in it. I don't even know what I'm drinking, you guys. Well, Laura says I look at every note and think, how can I fake my way through this? There's so many different, I mean, with like some real intricate picking stuff on, like maybe some Beatles stuff or something like that, where it's just like some of the chords they played, yeah, are insane. Like I can't. After 35, I played a lot of different chords, and I'm pretty good at open chords. It's honestly, which this might sound weird, but it's like fretting some of the bar chords kills me up towards the neck and up towards the nut, and I don't know why. I don't know why. It's because of my hand position, and I'm probably never going to adjust that now. But open chords, I have the nice lanky long fingers, and I can get into most of those. But man, some of the ones in some of the Beatles tunes are just ridiculous. It's like, how do they ever fret those fucking chords? I don't get it. How do you fret them clean? You know what I mean? How are they fucking working through a progression and playing some of that shit? Aaron says he'd sing along with some tune and know he sounded terrible. That's the power of music. That's the great thing about music. We're all fucking Celine Dion in the shower. Sometimes I'm Elton John. Benny, 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 Benny in the jets. Right into the shower head. Burley. Yeah, that's why I tell people my top 3 bands are Led Zeppelin, the Beatles, and Nirvana in that order. And sometimes I think about it's like, God, it don't make sense. It's like, you know, Nirvana's in there because Cobain was just 100% in the present. He just wrote. He did. Like, we're sitting here talking about self-discipline and all that, and it's like, I wonder how much he, if ever, did he rethink what he was doing, playing. Like, obviously, you get a song structure tight and all that, but, like, the lyrics, everything. Maybe and then again, maybe he was meticulous about it, but, like, only for himself, you know what I mean? Which is great. I don't know. There's something about Cobain that always hit me as there's just been nobody. I don't know who else I could think of that is just so completely comfortable and absorbed and drowning in what it is that drives them. Almost why they were created. George Martin, the 5th Beatle. But I got hooked on the Beatles, I guess at a very early age. I probably told you guys my Yellow Submarine story when I was 4 years old. So that would have been 1974. I clearly remember sitting in front of my mom's or my dad's little suitcase record player with 45s. That's all I would have. And I don't know that it was a Yellow Submarine tune, but my mom said she had to hide that record because I'd keep playing it over and over. But I certainly, later on, like in my teens, I got into the Beatles because of all the psychedelic shit. And then later on, you know, discovered how good they were in so many other ways. Jay says supposedly Nirvana began as a Pixies cover band but couldn't figure out the songs, which may just be self-deprecating humor. A very grunge thing. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, fucking Kurt was a sarcastic bastard. For sure. Super sarcastic. Maybe even too much. As much as I love the fucking desert dry humor. taunting his own audiences, and they didn't even get it. Fucking crazy. He was wild. Good times. Good times. Is it time to check another? Oh, no, I was going to say, is it time to check another? Did you guys see? They caught the Montana shooter finally. I did a quick map search, like a Google Maps thing or Google Earth. I don't know what I used. The day that happened, and I thought, well, it's a pretty big area, but they'll be able to keep it like it's a mountainous area, like there's a mountain near this town, like right near the town, couple miles away. And that's where he headed. So I'm like, there's no way he's gonna be able to escape past that, beyond that, and they'll just fucking track him down over time, and that's what happened. What is this? This is some fucked up. I'm just bringing the news. I don't know. I'm just reporting some of the outlets that are out there. I did see one of those Trump ding-dongs post about Big Balls getting his ass kicked. God damn it, I missed an opportunity. I should have fucking named the titled the stream that. Big Balls gets his balls kicked. Trump threatens federal takeover of D.C. after Doge staffer beat up by a bunch of thugs. So Big Balls. I don't know if it'll say that. I'm assuming that's what this is about. Claiming crime in Washington, D.C. is totally out of control. President Donald Trump threatened to bring the nation's capital city under federal control and called for prosecuting minors 14 and older as adults. Holy fuck. Well, how can you call them minors and adults? If you start prosecuting them and saying that you're prosecuting 14-year-olds as adults, you can't keep calling them minors. Violent crime dropped last year by more than 1/3, hitting the lowest level in decades, and this year's violent crime is likewise down by double digits. He's a fucking maniac. What do you mean? Another step towards totalitarianism. The question remains, the ever-looming dark cloud, will Trump try to declare martial law before the midterm elections? And how are you going to handle it? I'll tell you how I'm going to handle it. I'm going to give seriously, like, you guys, I'm a fucking big mouth. I get that. But I back my shit up, and I don't ever go looking for trouble in my life. Well, as a kid, I did. Not violent trouble. I was just fucking got myself in trouble. I wasn't out looking to fucking be in fistfights. I know how I'll handle like a fucking nationwide declaration of martial law. I'll be telling Mrs. V, I love you, girl. It's been a fucking really old dealio TV's going out to whoop some fucking fascist ass right about now. And then I'm going to fucking have a jam box with, what's his nuts? Right about Fatboy Slim. Funk Soul Brother, check it out now. So posting a photo of a nameless, bruised, and bloodied young man who he suggested was beaten mercilessly, Jesus. By local thugs, President Trump claimed local youths and gang members, some only 14, 15, and 16 years old, are randomly attacking, mugging, maiming, and even shooting innocent citizens at the same time knowing that they will be almost immediately released. Is that right? So, like, our American teenagers think that they're just able to go out and let me see. They can go out and randomly attack, mug, maim, and shoot citizens and think they'll get away with it because they're teens. Is that right? This is the fucking idiot stick that you guys have in office. I'm just kidding you. That we're all suffering with. Trump melts down over Elizabeth Warren's accusations. Should we just skip over to that? Washington, D.C. must be clean and beautiful for all Americans, and importantly for the world to see. He continued, if D.C. doesn't get its act together and quickly, we will have no choice but to take federal control of the city. Can he even do that? I mean, I don't even know what that fucking means. Do you guys? That right off the top of my head, my initial gut feeling is that's a crock of shit that the president can't just... Who's he going to send in? I don't get it. Anyways, maybe one of you guys can explain that nonsense to me. Yeah, he's a fucktard. Be nice. BB. Beezer. What time is it, you guys? 9:30? I have to do a BRB because, well... somebody didn't put enough Mountain Dew in that can. Fuck yeah, he lost his mind. I don't think he had one. I think that's the problem. Like my mama always used to say, when they was passing out brains, Trump thought they said trains and hopped on one and took a ride. That's how old I am. I think that shit's funny. It's not really that funny, is it? But I got her point. And I think you guys too. Do. I'm probably not going to force you into listening to any music. I am going to do a BRB. I'll make it as quick as possible, or I won't. Whatever. It doesn't matter. I don't have a be right back sign anymore. I guess I deleted that like a fucking dipshit. But I will be right back. You guys can watch the countdown clock for a second, if you will. I appreciate you, y'all. You know I do. Especially other nights like tonight where TV is just wound for sound. I was going to start yapping again about the news cycle there and Laura's stream earlier. Oh my God. Was it Mark Allison or whatever? That dude's fucking awesome. Anyways, I appreciate you guys. You know I do. Hang tight. If you're still here when I get back, we'll fucking yap some more. If you're not here when I get back, I'm still going to yap some more. So, win-win. Well, it's all right now. I learned my lesson well. You can't please everyone. You gotta please yourself. Well, skiddly diddly doo. Well, James, what's up, mother brother? Ow! Niner Nation, baby. James, we're trying all the different dew flavors. I had a kick-ass colored turquoise one, and then I had a green one, and then now I'm having this red here, this here red one. I'll let you know how it is. Hang on. Apparently they're good because I even noticed that I'm a little bit more, I don't know. Maybe the fucking Black Russians make me pissy. Maybe I gotta stop drinking vodka. Yeah, fuck that shit, right? That's silly talk. Alright, it's already over. You guys can click the link before I could even. It was done before I could find it. What's the Chuds doing? Should we? We should. Hang on. Hang on. I'm gonna do my Steve Lookner impersonation a second. Hang on, guys. Hang on. Hold on a second. Hold on. I'm getting bored going through news articles, even though we'll go through some more. Let me get rid of this shit. We will find. Alright, I gotta lock all these because my mouse is a piece of trash. So I'm just going to bring up the Chud chat. And then I'm going to go over there and poke them. All right. Give them about 30 seconds and then flip them the bird. Ba 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 bow mow ba ba mow mow ba ba mow mow ba ba mow mow. I think I erased it, didn't I? I deleted it. I did. That sucks. I had bird as the word video Oh, Black and White of, I forget the guy's name. That's a good song, though. Wow, 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 wow. All right. I was hoping to play that instead of singing it for you, but whatever. We're running on a budget here. For fuck's sake, I'm down to reduce to drinking whatever this shit is. Are they giving you shit over there already, Laura? Sketchy fucking bastards, I'm telling you. That's why I had to stop sharing your fucking news links in my chat, because I know you don't care for all the fucking nonsense. And these motherfuckers are still like all up in your grill. The viewers jumped by a couple. Must have been a fucking couple of those fuckers came over. They're fucking crying. Actually, it has that child psychology effect on them. They all of a sudden clam up. They get all fucking camera shy. I'm still waiting to see. I can't believe it hasn't popped up yet. I definitely want to yap about the subpoenas. More Trump's remarks on so-and-so Epstein stealing the minors he was trafficking.
Abuse victims sent letters to a federal court. This was condemning the Justice Department's request to
Is that malaria? Wow. Maybe this wasn't that long ago or something. I don't know. That had to be... Fuck, if they were still... They're taking pictures together, they must have... This had to be in like early 2000s, right?
Seal grand jury testimony. What did they have to say?
Right. There are two victims that anonymously wrote this letter to federal judges in New York. The deadline was today for not only Ghislaine Maxwell's attorney, but also for the Department of Justice and victims and their attorneys to make their case as to whether grand jury transcripts from the Jeffrey Epstein proceedings should be released to the public. And that is where the two of these letters come from. One of those anonymous victims called what has taken place over the last month political warfare, and suggesting that the ongoing deliberations over whether to release the Epstein files amounts to just an effort to protect wealthy people, wealthy men specifically. And there was a mention of scrutiny around Donald Trump and DOJ resources to identify where he is, yet having his name within those files not having been released here at this point in time those victims, they do request that their attorneys have a bigger role in any potential redactions in order to ensure that victims' names are protected if, in fact, these federal judges out of New York were to make the determination that any parts of these transcripts were to be released to the public.
So, and is all that is they are...
And tonight, an update on an Ingram Angle.
Maybe we'll go back to that one, because that was one of them that I was... We'll go back to that one. So, the only reason the distraction with the Trump trying to like request that the transcripts of those hearings be released is because it has nothing to do with him. You know what I mean? And he just wants to do anything he can and start any fire that will point, you know, to make folks obviously look away from his direction, right? Because we already know there's nothing in it. That isn't the good stuff, is those court transcripts. That's not at all what anybody who knows that Trump is guilty of being a part of this. Trump is like the third wheel. I've said this a few times recently, that he's like number 3 of the, you know, how is there a bigger, am I missing something? Somebody needs to show me where there's a bigger organized human trafficking ring other than Epstein and Maxwell and Trump, of course. I mean, Bondi said herself there were thousands of victims. Is there, and I mean, maybe I should know this, but I'm asking, like, honestly, is there another case in our history where someone has been arrested and convicted with so many victims as with Maxwell and Epstein, and Trump being that? I think Trump...
Vaughn, we also want to talk about the latest...
I think a lot of folks
and tonight
think that Trump is the third wheel. I mean, Mar-a-Lago was the setup place, right? To go shop for Maxwell to shop for all these victims. And Trump probably, in exchange for turning his head, was... you guys know where I'm going. However it all worked out between those sick fuckers. Anyways, here's Fox News. I know. But we're going to listen to hear what they have to say. We're going to get their take on the Adam Schiff investigation in a second.
Update on an Ingram Angle exclusive. A Trump administration source telling the Angle that a criminal investigation of Adam Schiff is underway, conducted by U.S. Attorney's Office in Maryland for possible charges involving mortgage fraud.
An investigation of possible charges of mortgage fraud. So it's just, Schiff has been out there doing public interviews and whatnot, still doing his job. And so my guess, I haven't seen him say shit. My thoughts are, by his body language, is this is a bunch of shit. And it was really kind of the, wasn't it basically the first big announcement of Trump's fucking revenge tour? Wasn't Schiff the first big Democrat name to come out just recently to be investigated?
Now, this follows the story we broke last month when the Federal Housing Finance Agency sent a criminal referral to the DOJ alleging that Schiff, in multiple instances, falsified bank documents and property records to acquire more favorable loan terms. In a 2011 affidavit signed by the then California congressman, he certified that a property in Montgomery County, Maryland, is his primary residence. He also owns a condo in Burbank, California, which he's also claimed is his primary residence, and said so in 2023.
Now, you can't do that. I have to agree with what's her nuts. I forget her fucking name. Miss recent lip injection lady. I'm just saying, what the fuck? I just noticed that. What the fuck is... Why is she sticking her lips out at us? What the fuck is she doing? Why is she looking at the camera like that? Anyways. God damn it, I forgot where I was for being a smart ass. That's what I get. I totally forgot what I was fucking ranting about now. Oh, I agree with her that you can't... That fucking dick shit that ran against Slotkin for the Senate seat claimed his primary residence here in Michigan was is a lot, not abandoned. It's an empty lot. There's no structure there. Nothing. It's just a lot. So if Adam Schiffer, I don't know what the consequences or punishments are for this, but if that's what he did, that's pretty fucking stupid. So we'll find out if that's true. I have not bothered to look. It would be easy enough to look up and see if what she is claiming is true. My guess is where she's saying he claimed his primary residence to be is probably true. He probably claimed his primary residence to be where he claimed it to be in that year or whatever. Now, how does that play out with his the office he held? I don't know. We'll find out.
His campaign for Senate.
I think just about every member of Congress has a residence in their state and a residence back in D.C. since we're in session much of the week. And people make a family decision where they're going to have their kids. But our principal residence, our primary residence is in California. It always has been and always will be.
Ruh-roh. Well, Senator Schiff has not responded to us about these allegations, but we were able to find a statement that his campaign spokesperson gave to CNN back in 2023. She said that the Burbank condo is his primary residence, but Adams, California and Maryland addresses have been listed as primary residences for loan purposes because they're both occupied throughout the year and to distinguish them from a vacation property. Well, the law does not work that way. Let me just say that, but nice try. Look, it's anyone's guess what happens next, but we're going to stay on this story. But, of course, I should like to say during Russiagate, just talking about that, no one is above the law. And
she's a fucking annoying little firecracker, isn't she? With her and her fucking threatening lips. Ow! Digi, what's up, motherfucker? Digital Warrior in the house. What's that booger butt up to? What you got for us, Digi? I can't... Oh, my God. That motherfucker's been on posting rampage. I can't read all that shit. Digi doesn't come to cause shit here, he says. Doesn't look like anybody's timed you out yet. People might fucking bitch about our mods and my moderating here, but... Motherfuckers learn to have respect, didn't you? Or you just fucking don't even bother. So what that shows me is the people that don't bother don't have any respect. Self-respect, whatever. Yeah, her lips were... She definitely had some sort of injection, right? Like, I'm familiar with her. I forget her name, whatever. Greta Van Susteren or something like that. I don't know. I forget what the fuck her name is. Megyn Kelly. I don't know. I get them confused. Anyways. She clearly had some fucking shit pumped into her face. That's really strange. Me and B were just talking about that because B's thinking about getting some lip injections. I already have big enough lips, as you guys see. Oh, yeah, Laura Ingraham. I knew I wasn't getting it right. Calling her Greta Van Susteren was pretty funny, though. I have to say. B says bullshit. Whatever, B. I'm thinking about getting some fucking hip implants, B. I'm going to have... This motherfucker's going to have back here pretty soon. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to have junk in my trunk. I'm going to be fucking twerking in ways that are going to pop Mrs. V's eyes right out her head. That's right. Who was I talking to about that the other day, too? Was it you, B, with the fucking hip implants? You know those girls... Ain't no white girl got a fucking ass like that by nature. Unless you got a belly. And I ain't trying to beat up on people. I'm just saying. These girls be fucking 110 pounds soaking wet and got fucking 40-inch hips. Don't cut your hair. Mrs. V doesn't do any makeup either, sister. And she doesn't cut her hair. She's got a fucking mop. Holy crap. Maybe I shouldn't have said mop in case she's still watching. Butt lifts. Now I could use a butt lift. I suppose you got to have some butt to lift, though. I'm just trying to keep this stream going for 2 hours. I just need to stream more. And I wasn't prepared tonight like I was last night. Even though I do need to... Laura mentioned earlier she was working on some Stephen Miller text. Or I forgot what she said. But I finally did that, Laura, last night. Or yesterday, well, before last night's stream. Probably the first time I ever have, sister. Actually put together what I wanted to say and read out for... But it wasn't long enough. Like, I thought I could, eat up about an hour going through this story with the investigation just into Jack Smith. Fuck, it didn't work out. I was done in like 15 minutes. But maybe I yapped too fast. I don't know. So, I was pretty excited about that, though. There wasn't, like... I thought I'd be able to do something on the Russia or on the subs being sent to Russia. But I looked into that and there's just nothing there's no information being given out. Nothing really being said by either side. The only info was just Trump making the statement that he sent subs over there. So, but yeah, I need to get on that more. Get more pictures and graphics together. It'd be cool to mix it up too, I suppose, with some still shots and some video clips. Though last night I used the slideshow source in OBS, and so I was just able to click it as I wanted. It didn't have to run, as you know. And unfortunately, you can't put video clips in there. That would be kick-ass if I could just put video clips in between still shots wherever I wanted as I was going through my written script. That'd be cool. James says he's all natural like grapefruit. James has fucking cans like a grapefruit. I was going to say buttocks is. All right, James, we love you, brother. You know we do. Be good or don't be James. Or be good at being James. That's what we love. Is James on a venture? Or he's tied up with work? James is fucking just kicking ass. Hump day for James. Almost noon, I'll bet you, if not noon. His fucking... That's what I love about James, too. Like, he's encouraging. Like, he's always just, like, half a day ahead of us. Fucking dragging us into the weekend. I love it. Jay says they don't need indictments to distract the MAGA base from the Epstein cover-up. They just need the president of Ukraine to say there's an investigation into Hunter Biden. Oops, wrong extortion. Yeah. The old quid pro quo, remember? Isn't that what got a lot of this shit started? Got us, isn't that what fucking Trump broke the ice with? The old quid pro quo. What a fucking douche canoe. Jesus Christ. Alright, I gotta ask one more time. I'm going to have to give up soon. What the hell? Why am I getting fucking timed out on chat there? Here we go. Yeah, they don't. All right, you guys have wasted another perfectly good 2 hours, and I appreciate you. I'm going to fuck off. I will see you again soon, though. All right? Real soon. Might dick around. Keeping an eye on... There was some hell breaking loose in L.A. late last night, but it was just breaking up a party in the hood or something. But anyways, you guys be good. Like I said, I'll see you soon, all right? Peace and love. TV2 out like a motherfucker.